All right, just make sure it's looking good on my end. Okay. What's up, everybody? How are you doing today? Um, Now, first off, you haven't seen me in a while. I kind of took a long break, but I'm back now, and we are doing the 5-year anniversary for Zootopia. It's been that long. So, as you can see, I got a number of guests here. So, if you all want to introduce yourselves.
Alrighty, I will go first. Hello, everyone out there on YouTube or wherever this is being streamed elsewhere. I'm B-Man Lego Boy. I have my own channel. I upload a lot of Disney Parks content, reaction videos, Zootopia videos, and I'm here to celebrate 5 years of Zootopia. Like Garrett said here, I honestly cannot believe it's been 5 years, half a decade already. It literally feels just like yesterday I saw the film. To think that I was only
Yeah, I
to think that
know.
I was only 15 and now here I am starting my 20s. Crazy. But that's me.
All right, so who wants to go next?
My girlfriend's looking at me. I guess that's I guess that's things that I. Well, yeah.
You go together.
All right. So, salutations and greetings. I am known as Stuffwell on Twitter. I am also a Disney cast member. I will not disclose my actual name though, for my own just personal reasons. But uh, yeah, 5 years. Wow. I can't believe it. But we're finally at that point. I will let it be said that I have heard certain things that may or may not happen, but if I can't say anything, then I am under non-disclosure agreements. So sorry. At the moment, I only know rumors that might pertain to certain things to Zootopia's future. But I do intend, when the Zootopia Plus series comes forth, that I will be dissecting that piece by piece, no matter how small or minuscule these shorts will be. I mean, it would just be great to dive right back into there. And right here, I have the most wonderful girlfriend I could ever ask for. Um, I mean, we both are hardcore Wild Hop shippers, and if you want a strong example of Wild Hops, well,
Here we are.
look no further.
Yeah, I never would have thought last year. I actually remember being on the stream, actually, the night this stream was going on, a year from today, I had 5 husky puppies born that night. So, and I never would have thought
Oh, wow.
that night yeah, I never would have thought that night, back when Stuffle and I were just friends, I never really thought anything was gonna go past the just friends zone, but I guess that's what Nick and Judy thought too when they first became buddies. So yeah. Anyway, I guess for my introduction, I am Ruth Jacobian, aka the Sorceress. Has Zootopia 5 years? It's been amazing. I remember the first time I saw it. Unlike probably most of you, I did not see it in theaters the first time because I wasn't a theater goer back then. So I waited and I waited till I got on DVD. And when June 7th hit, I was so ecstatic that I got the cream of the crop Target edition, the gold. So I have the gold copy, and I was like, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this. I have been, and I have been shipping Nick and Judy since before the thing came out. My reaction to the teaser trailer was like, yeah, this was like another, okay Disney film. And then when I saw the actual trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta see this. And oh my gosh, those two are gonna fall in love. I cannot wait to see this. So I couldn't wait to explore the world, get to know the characters. I was hyped from pretty much, I think, because it was like it was New Year's Eve. They dropped the trailer of 2015. So pretty much the whole year, of 2016, I was hyped to see Zootopia. I was just so ecstatic. And because of Zootopia, I have now gone, I have all these amazing friends. My first real friend actually was Stuffwell. And, back when I started on social media, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go on social media. I'm not really, I don't know how all this online friend stuff works. So I'm just going to, just look up facts and news and, just kind of be a little educational about social media. But then we started chatting. He DM'd me. I thought, I'm not going to be cynical about this. I'll be open-minded. We became friends. I got the reassurance to reach out to make more friends. He invited me to his friend group, which B-Man Lego Boy was one of those guys. And I can say I have 7 biological brothers, but I think my world of brothers have grown since I've met so many new friends, and B-Man is one of my bros. So thanks to Zootopia, I have so many friends now, and I have the coolest boyfriend who's better than any boyfriend I could have ever dreamed of having. So Zootopia is to thank for all this, because the first conversation I had with Stuffwell that brought us together as friends was about Zootopia. So thanks to Zootopia, this film literally, I mean, I know people say that this film changed their life, but this film legitimately changed my life.
Changed all of our lives, I'm pretty
It
sure.
really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same way with me. I met so many wonderful people on social media once I got into the film. Like Ruth was saying, the trailers, when I first saw the teaser, I was like, yeah, okay, this looks like a cute film. I didn't realize how good it was going to be back then. But once the New Year's
I think
trailer
any of us
dropped,
did.
yeah, once I saw it, I was like, okay, this actually looks pretty good. This is a lot better than just the plain old teaser. And then when I finally saw the film, I was like, oh my god, that was fucking great. That was amazing. So yeah, and to think,
Inevitable for me to see it. Being a hardcore Disney fan, I've always have been a Disney fan ever since I could ever remember. But just for some odd reason, the very night it premiered, I just didn't feel like I was in such a big hurry to see it, even though I wanted to see it. But after hearing such rave reviews about it, it's like, okay, next night, Saturday night, I gotta go see it. So it wasn't until the 5th, that Saturday, I went to go see it, and I knew I had to go see it again and again and again and again. Saw it 4 times in theaters, but I fell in love with it all. So
Yeah, and the second I saw Zootopia, I loved it, and really, story-wise, character-wise, there wasn't disappointments, but there was one tiny disappointment, and that was we couldn't see that entire. It's like a universe within a world, and I was so like, I wish I could see more. So literally the next day after I had seen the movie, I was like, okay, I gotta start thinking up a series, because if we think of a movie sequel here, we're gonna just hit the same wall we did, is that there's not enough time to explore the world. But if you do a series, you have tons of time to explore that world. And I instantly started coming up with a series, new villains, new characters, background information on the characters we're already familiar with. Tons of wild hawk scenarios, ways to bring in the deleted characters. So many ideas just came pouring out, and I'm like, they have to make a series. And I kind of feel like with the Zootopia Plus, I kind of feel like I'm not entirely disappointed, but at the same time, I kind of feel like I mean, I really hope the Zootopia fandom isn't going to attack me for this, but in some ways, I kind of feel like we got the short end of the stick on that. Like, especially
yeah,
in comparison to everything else we're getting.
Yeah.
I do kind feel the same way about
To be
it.
fair, the other 3 series that they did announce seem to be shorts as well.
But they didn't say that. That's the thing.
Mm.
The Baymax one, maybe, I think, but they didn't say that about Tiana. We do know we're getting a full-length CGI series with Monsters Incorporated. So we know we're getting all that, but I really hope that the shorts build up to they build up to a full-length animated series, because first of all, let's not forget that this is the Walt Disney Animation Company's first time actually taking a crack at doing animated series. So that's one thing. And the other thing is Tommy
Lister.
It's so sad he passed away. I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
The very day that they announced Zootopia
Yeah, we
Plus.
get good news and we get bad news today, which is really
Yeah,
sad. But
I'm just like,
let
why?
let us. Yeah, I know, but let us not forget he knew. I believe with all my heart that he knew about Zootopia Plus in that interview. And here's the thing. He was actually not the one who gave away that information was accurate. It was actually the people who took that interview offline ASAP, because if they didn't do anything with it, I mean, like the same thing with Paul Bettany in Vision, like all they said was he dug it, like, I'm not going to spoil anything for WandaVision, but for the actor he's always wanted to work with, they said he dug himself a grave and he's going to have to dig himself out for what he said. I'll let you guys, if you've read the spoilers, you read it. If you haven't, I'll let you
Even
guys.
though the episode drops.
Yeah, so it wasn't like that, but the creators left it alone. So we were like, okay, well, what's he talking about? They kind of left it up for the fans' imagination. Now with Tommy Lister, they were like, oh my gosh, we cannot believe he said that. He just dropped something huge. We got to take that off. So by that action alone, it kind of said like, okay, so you've done 3 Zootopias. What does that mean? And I think it means 3 projects. So we got the movie, we're getting a short series, and I highly suspect we'll get a full animated series. And I think, and I was right, last year I even said this. Last year, I said that maybe the reason we haven't gotten any Zootopia information is because they are working on making a full-length CGI series. So far, it's not full-length, but it is a CGI animated series.
Well, in that interview,
so I was sort of right. Who knows? I could be completely right if they would just drop the 3rd project that Tommy was talking about. And I just pray that he had recorded some voice lines for Finnick, because I know they're going to probably get someone else to voice Finnick in the later thing, but for the little bit that Finnick was in it, he was just so perfect for Finnick. You really, even if they do replace him, you cannot get a better Finnick, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah.
I agree.
So anyway, how's about we finally move on to something else?
Introductions. More introductions.
All right. So who wants to go next? So we got Matt, we got Choco, and Snazzy hasn't gone yet, and Uplet hasn't gone either.
I guess I'll go. What's up, y'all? Your boy's back. They call me Matt, aka Lena Dipper. Got to be here again with y'all.
I think there's an echo to your audio, Matt.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a crackling audio.
I thought it was just okay.
I don't know what that's about.
Hold on. That's so weird.
Are you wearing headphones?
No.
Maybe try using headphones. Maybe.
Oh, stuff. Well, it's coming from your microphone.
that better? Oh, okay. Well.
When you talk.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh my God. Yeah, your
Testing,
audio
1, 2,
just
3.
went, wow.
You're kind of staticky now.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it still static?
How about now?
Yeah, it is.
Well, let's try leaving and rejoining again. Hang on. Or actually, well, maybe just to mute. Hang on, let's just mute. Done. All right, how's that?
Say something again?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Yeah, it's still staticky. Yeah.
I just hit disconnect and we just get back on. Sure.
Okay,
All
apologies,
right.
folks.
Yep,
Having
we seem
technical
to. Yep. Please stand by.
Anyway, with that out of going on, I guess Matt, you can continue since it clearly wasn't your audio; it was Stuffwell's.
All right, so I'm gonna restart again, or
Yeah, just go ahead, restart.
all right. What's up, y'all? Your boy's back. They call me Matt, aka Lena Dipper. It's good to be with y'all again. Happy 5th anniversary, man.
Glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's been a long time since I've talked to a lot of you guys actually.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
2020 was just a hectic year for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it really
I mean,
was.
just to think, literally like a week before, or no. We had the 4th anniversary live stream on the anniversary last year. Then literally a week later, the CDC declared COVID a pandemic, and then everything shut down a week later.
Yeah.
So
I can't believe that was last March.
It was insane.
I know. And to think that we're coming up on 1 year when this pandemic began. This is
It's going by too fast.
Well, let's hope it goes fast. I mean, President Biden says that every adult in the U.S. will be able to get a vaccine by May. So I'm hoping that means everyone in this live stream, this chat, will be able to get vaccinated, and then we can finally get back to having normal lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man.
Even my
Hoping.
mom's getting tired of it. She was like saying, "Oh, once this pandemic's over, I'm going to Disney World." No joke. She literally told me that early today.
She'd be doing herself a favor.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, reconnecting. Oh wow, the video looks pretty
Maybe
clear.
it'll be better on my phone.
Oh yeah, that sounds much better. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you
Oh,
better.
Okay.
I'm using my
Yeah.
iPad this year because I realized, like last year when I was using my laptop, the audio and video picture was just
That's exactly
off.
what Yeah, let's.
No, with your mic. Hang on.
What about my mic?
I know it's something wrong with your speaker. Hang on, I can get back on the computer.
We should have made this a podcast.
Yep.
And we still need to do that. We need to create our own podcast.
Yeah, we do.
There you go.
Might be for that.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, Matt.
What's
Now
up?
we can see your face.
That's why I have this confounded thing. Come on. Good enough.
We're all here.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
All right. So, Snazzy, do you want to introduce yourself? Silence.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else is here besides us. I see them on the screen, but I'm like, are they actually present? I don't know.
Hey, can y'all hear us?
I can.
I don't hear anything. Yeah, I don't hear anything on my end.
All right, testing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, there we
Hey.
go.
All right, perfect.
One.
Sorry, I just moved into a new apartment in Orlando, so I don't have studio set up, so it's kind of echoey, but I'm here.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I'm planning on moving to Orlando once I'm done with college.
Yeah, I plan on doing that too. Sometimes, maybe about a year and a half from now. Here, maybe, hopefully.
It's
Yeah.
actually not that expensive to live in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
To live in Tallahassee for the first 10 years of my life. So Florida, when I'm visiting right now. As you can see, I'm like I don't know if I mentioned last year I'm from North Carolina, but I'm visiting him right now, and I love being back here. Great. I haven't been to many states in that, but you cannot top Florida.
And she's never been to Disney until I brought her.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, Choco, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I guess people know me as Chaco. I studied genetic biology, and I'm a professional historian. I do a lot of history research, but last few years I've been a professional artist. I run an art company where I do a lot of freelance and licensed designs for a company like Hasbro, Star Wars, Disney. Currently, I'm doing some NDA work for the Shanghai Disney parks, doing stuff for Zootopia Land. Can't talk much about it, but you guys probably seen my
what?
art. And I guess you guys might know me from I do the Zootopia Minute podcast with my friend Simo. Currently, it's on hiatus right now, but yeah, so that's basically about me. I can't give out too much information, but that's what I'm currently doing.
Dude.
Oh,
whoa,
wow.
What? Oh my god.
No, it's just merchandise design. It's like not big stuff, so I don't know any of the big
Dude,
stuff that's happening.
That's still freaking awesome.
Big stuff.
Holy shit.
I mean, that's what
Wow.
happens when you're a freelance artist. Like you take like jobs that are offered to you, and if it's sometimes I get lucky and it's a property I like. So
Wow, dude. Nice.
So cool.
I do know this. Just spinning off of that real quick. I do know for a fact, whatever they're building over in Shanghai, they want to bring it over here. Now, recently.
I can also confirm this. I read it.
Now, recently, the head Imagineer over in Animal Kingdom, Joe Road, has recently retired.
I think not. Well, I don't think he retired. I think he resigned.
I don't know. We don't know that. But thing is that he was never in favor of Zootopia in his park, that being Animal Kingdom.
The sole reason why I didn't like him.
Maybe he retired or to Brian because maybe a higher up said, okay, no, we're putting all this stuff in here if you like it or not. And he just up and left. So then that way they can make way for whatever coming to Animal Kingdom. I can't say for sure though. Current rumor that's been posted publicly, but I know nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I would like to elaborate on that. So yeah, the rumor is circulating that Zootopia Land is going to be coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World in Orlando. The rumor is, I don't know if this part's true, but they're saying that the land will be announced, or I mean, again, this is the rumor. They're saying it will be announced during Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration coming up this year, which I honestly cannot wait for. the world's most
Yeah.
magical celebration, as they call it. So the rumor is it's going to be announced then, and like Stuffwell said, Joe Rohde, the head Imagineer and pretty much the guy who used to run Disney's Animal Kingdom, is gone. He left Disney back in January, literally right after New Year's. He said that he was retiring, but I think that's a load of BS because he was just recently hired as an architect by some other company. If he was retiring, he wouldn't have gotten himself another job. My theory is he resigned because the rumor states that Disney CEO Bob Chapek, so yeah, this goes all the way up to the top according to this rumor. Bob Chapek is literally demanding more IPs in Disney's Animal Kingdom, and one of the IPs is Zootopia. And since Joe Rohde, being the guy that he was so against having it in his park, he probably knew he wasn't going to be able to win this fight. And in doing so, he just straight up quit because he couldn't get his way. That's what I think happened and what's being reported. Like I said, it's just a rumor. I can't confirm anything. I mean, I'm not a cast member. But I think in the coming months, possibly maybe even the day of the 50th on October 1st this year, we could hear something. If Bob Chapek happens to be at, say, the Magic Kingdom, I suppose, or wherever, just giving announcements. I mean, they did the same thing during the 45th anniversary of Walt Disney World 5 years ago. They gave a little sort of update about like what was coming to the resort, like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land. I guess at that point Avatar, and I guess in other things. But I think that could be a real possibility this year. And yeah, I can also confirm what Stuffwell said. Yeah, the team that is currently building Zootopia Land, or whatever it's going to be called over in Shanghai, they were interviewed, or the head guy at least, and they did say they do want to bring it here to the States. So at some point, yeah, we're probably going to get it. And I'm just so happy. So that way I don't have to go all the way to China just to experience it.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh, we have
man.
Pink Star in the chat.
Wait, what?
We have Pink Star in the chat.
Oh. All right. Nice to see that she's here. Wait, on YouTube or in Discord?
On YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was a bit confused.
Oh, I'm sorry, Snazzy. I didn't know. But yeah, we are. It is a live call.
Yep. That's why they call it a live stream.
Yeah, he doesn't have a mic. He doesn't have his mic at the moment.
Okay. Is there anyone else here?
Upload is here.
Oh. I can't see him on my screen because my screen's so small. Though I don't hear him.
He's muted at the moment.
Okay.
Wait, what? Who, me? Oh, also, is this being recorded?
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
I'm guessing that was him. Again, I can't see my screen, so I don't know who the heck's talking.
Okay.
A new challenger approaches.
Oh,
Yeah. There we
Hey, there
go.
we go.
Hello.
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 Oh, hey,
Hello.
hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome back.
Evening.
Yeah, nice to be back.
So how we doing?
Have you back.
It's a bit late here, so everything's pretty relaxed over here.
Well, that's the same case, I'm pretty sure, for all of us at this point. But it's good. It's good to have you back here, Pink Star. Welcome. We're glad you can make it.
Thank you.
We were all just giving introductions for ourselves, and we were talking about a few rumors we've heard about upcoming Zootopia projects, possibly. But that's really all we've covered so far to catch you up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we were just explaining the rumors about another challenger approaches.
Yeah.
This should be interesting.
Oh, that's
Andy.
Andy, right?
It's Andy.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yeah, so some people are showing up a bit late, so we're gonna have some.
It's only half an hour in, so that's
Yeah,
not too
it's
late.
it's not too bad. Okay.
All right.
All right. So Pink Star, for anybody that doesn't know you, do you want to introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Pinkstar. Nice to meet you. For those who don't know me, I'm currently on the ZNN team. Currently, I'm just doing what it will be a editorial about Zootopia's marketing strategy regarding about its merchandise, how the movie was advertised, and all that stuff around the world, not just in the U.S. But I've been actually investigating a lot about that, and the all of that info will be posted. Well, probably in the next few weeks, months. I just actually made that we can say we'll call pilot of that in last year at CNN. I actually posted about how Zootopia was advertised prior to its release, at least for what was the US. So for those who have not checked that out, I can send you the article right here so you can see it. All the info I was able to collect around the internet and also. And well, regarding Zootopia, as much as I do for now, and well, I've been a big fan of the story and the film itself for ever since it was released, almost. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good to hear. Yeah, yeah. I did check out that that article you posted about the film advertisement a while back. It was pretty interesting stuff. If anyone else here who hasn't read the article, I suggest going to check it out. It was really cool to read.
I just shared it right here at the Discord.
Okay.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, it has a lot of. I was actually very surprised at all the things I have been able to find so far, and it's pretty surprising how to compare all the material that has been done. For instance, for the U.S. compared to other countries, for instance, the European countries or the Southeast Asian countries. That how the marketing was very different. I don't know because they were given a different a different not target because it's not actual target because Disney is anything that's Disney related is always advertised for family usually. So it was more of actually that depending on the impact the movie had, the advertising keeps going and going. So that's maybe that's why it was different for some countries. For instance, the app marketing for here in the US is different than the Asian one, because you can see some similarities in the way that the movie was advertised here and Europe, for instance. But in Asia, it's completely different. So that's something.
Yeah, Asia, they got the full-on package.
They
Oh,
just
yeah.
released,
They still do, actually.
I believe, last
Oh
week
my!
for Japan, especially. Lots and lots of new merchandise.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Actually, when I
Oh,
I
was
can't take
Those
it
fucking-
anymore.
when I was in Japan back in 2019, I actually ended up getting 3 things that were Zootopia related. I ended up getting a pen. It was in some kind of 3-story store, and yeah, I sent you one of those.
Yeah.
And I happen to have Nick right here, and I also have Judy.
It's
Yeah, I
interesting.
ended up almost. Yeah, I also bought B-Man Lego Boy one. I pretty
Don't
much
forget me, guys.
Yep, you
Ah,
as well. You know, the thing is, when I bought those, there were only I think 1 or 2 Nicks left on the shelf.
oh my goodness!
I failed that because
What?
when I went to New York 2 years ago, I decided to go to the store, Disney store that's on Times Square, and the one that has 2 floors. Actually, it was a very big store, and you can believe all the merchandising that was for Moana, for instance. It
Yeah,
was the Moana's little pig partner that actually thought he was going to be the one going adventure with Moana. Instead, we got Hey Hey, and I'm like, okay, oh well. But yeah, the little pig was very much advertised in the store. It was almost a whole stand with its plushies, and not to say that it's not cute, but like how you can advertise something that barely got some screen time on the film. But anyway, I started searching for Zootopia and stuff, and the only things I was able to find was a Flash mug and you know the classical set with 4, I don't know, what was it, 8 characters of Zootopia? The one that you also can see in the parks also.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we
That
no
package
there.
and a Judy plush, but with her farmer outfit
Oh yeah.
Ah, yeah,
with the
yeah.
hat and everything. Yeah, those were the
Yeah.
only things I was able to find Zootopia related on the store, and I'm like, man.
I really don't get what Disney's deal is. I get the film wasn't as popular here in the U.S., but come on.
Just simply put it, garner more revenue and recognize
well, I feel like a
that
lot of. Oh, sorry.
it was going to, that they loved it more over there in the Asian markets as opposed to over here, which I do find pretty odd. Recently, we just came out with this very brand over here in the Disney park. And I mean, these are like popular brands over in the Asian markets, and yet, none of them had Nick or Judy. We recently viewed Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy, but I don't. They take like half a second just to get Judy into.
Yeah, I literally don't know what their deal is. I get it was more popular over there, but what about us fans here in the U.S. that want it? We're just left in the dust.
Well, I mean, I kind of feel like this is my opinion, but I kind of feel like the Disney princess stuff is a little overrated. Well, some of them is like Moana.
Well, yeah,
That's just
of
what I think.
course.
Yeah, because Moana, I don't feel like Moana did as good as
Oh no,
Zootopia.
it didn't. No, that's the thing. Moana, no, that film. Disney originally thought that Moana would be the film of 2016 that would do the best. Boy, were they wrong.
Mhm.
And that happened with them before. They thought Haunted Mansion was gonna do the one with Eddie Murphy. They thought that was gonna do better than Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean did better. They thought that Pocahontas was gonna do better than Lion King. Lion King did better. So
Facts.
So I will say on the merchandise front, since that's the area I kind of work in, It wasn't for a lack of trying. Like I know a lot of my friends who work for Disney, and when I do freelance designs for them, we especially me as a Zootopia fan, I pushed a lot of designs. Like I designed a lot of pins for them. I did a lot of concept pins whenever Disney has an art festival. Since they have like a lot of different characters drawn, I pitched them the sketches and designs, but they just say Zootopia is not what they're looking for at the moment. So I know a lot of people have been trying to push that angle, but I guess within the U.S. parks specifically and Disney stores, they just I guess they don't see a market for it, which is really odd since the few Zootopia pins that are released, they go for like hundreds on eBay and stuff. So it's just crazy. Yes.
And you go to Animal Kingdom, an animal themed park, and you see a section for princesses and Star Wars, and it's like, okay, this being an animal themed park, you need to have more, well, animal themed stuff. So unless if it's Pocahontas or Moana, then all of this needs to be in Magic Kingdom, maybe Epcot. Star Wars, well, all of that much needs to be in Hollywood Studios.
Oh my gosh, sorry. It's me. I meant to ask you, did you design the 5th anniversary Zootopia pin?
I'm not sure because well, first of all my designs are under NDA, so I can't confirm. And second of all, a lot of it is like like how pin design is sort of made. A lot of it is like stock art. Like they say, oh, draw Pocahontas in this pose. So an artist might draw it, and it might be used in a pin set. They don't even know what pin set it is, or it might be repurposed as like a Halloween pin, like with Halloween logos on it. So a lot of stuff is just you draw this, you pitch it, and then they will take the art, and then they might make into a pin or might not. That's how it goes.
My question is, why is it that all of these Zootopia pins in the United States, why are they all limited editions? Like,
well, aside from the so that the Sly Fox one and the Clever Bunny pins, those are the open editions. They make, I think they do make them limited edition because specifically they know there is while there are a few Zootopia, they think there are a few Zootopia fans in America, but they know the few Zootopia fans will pay a lot of money for the merch. So it makes sense that they'll keep exclusives as opposed to like if you go to Japan or China, because specifically in East Asia, there's the kawaii culture. So having cutesy animals will sell in America. Well, there's the connotations with things like furries and stuff. And I think Disney wants to be a little weary around that. So they try to make it limited edition. Like you see, like almost every year you will see at least like one Nick or Judy pin released as like a limited edition Halloween or Christmas pin. The sad part is a lot of the times they just reuse the same art over and over and over again. Though sometimes we get lucky and an artist who draws a unique pose gets that art used. So it really depends on the situation. I think most recently Judy's getting a lot of love with the pins. Disney just had its 20th anniversary pin event a month ago, and Judy, I have all those Judy pins from that release, but Judy got honored with I think 3 limited edition pins from that specific event. So I think it's just how Disney's reading the market, especially now that Zootopia came about when Disney ended up buying, finalizing the deal with Marvel and Star Wars and eventually Fox. So Disney was so busy having to deal with marketing for all these other properties they just got. I think they've severely overlooked Zootopia and all this.
This is really just triggering to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling angry right now.
Well, I will say we tried. Like I know friends who do work for Disney. I've pitched stuff to them. We've tried to pitch some fantastic ideas to Disney. I think stuff. Well, I think you saw me at the park that one time, and I showed you some of the. I showed you some of the pins I had on my bag. Those were actually prototypes I designed. So I mean, like we tried it.
And we go out of our way as fans to try to purchase something different, that outside from the standard merch that we see here that we see in the US in general. For instance, I went out of my way. Last year I ordered merch from Korea. Well, technically yes, from Korea because it's not available here. And also, I just recently purchased one of the figures for special edition figures that Disney Japan released for the precisely because of the 5th anniversary. I bought one of those statues, and I'm going to be I don't know when, if in 1 week or two, I'm gonna get it here in Mexico.
Huh.
Good for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
It's very difficult, yes, to able to buy that merch.
now I really just want to go to Bob Chapek and just tell him off if this is or whoever is in charge of all that.
It's not one. It's not one person. It's Disney's a committee of it's not just a company. It's a company of companies. So it's just like there's so many moving pieces and a lot of stuff is overlooked. Like for example, Hercules had its 20th anniversary like 3 years ago, right? And so it's Hercules 20th anniversary took place during D23. Perfect time to have a lot of Hercules promotion stuff, but they really dropped the ball hard on that. So it's just they own so many properties now. It's just everything's getting overlooked.
Right. I noticed that with Disney Emoji Blitz. I was hoping that they'd have a Zootopia event to commemorate the 5-year anniversary. Sadly, they didn't. I mean, yeah, they got to promote Raya because Raya. I mean, it's literally tomorrow for live. Actually, in a matter of minutes, considering that it's how late it is.
Speaking of overlooked, it seems that it's going to be soon very being overlooked by Raya, being released practically in tomorrow or in 2 days. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's a bit bummer because even though the movie looks good, the thing is it will be technically it is part of the Disney Princess franchise, no?
Yeah.
That's
That's
heard, but I
It
mean,
is.
oh.
I even heard the actress Raya said she's the first South Asian.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
Yep. With Kelly Marie Tran. Which I'm really glad she's getting herself back out there after she flopped after her backlash from fans during the Star Wars sequel trilogy that she really did not deserve.
Star Wars. She
was in Croods too. She was in the second Croods movie.
But I did not know.
What?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the Croods movies. All I know is she was in it as the character, you know, the girl with the crazy red hair. Her new best friend. That girl was voiced by the same girl as Raya.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I seen in the previews.
Huh. I was about to say it couldn't have been the main character. That was played by oh god, what?
Emma Stone.
That's it, Emma Stone. Why did I forget her name? Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I get that a lot of movies tend to be overlooked nowadays, but you got to remember, and I cannot stress this enough. Zootopia is the second highest grossing Disney animated film of all time, behind freaking Frozen, of course, because Disney just had to overhype that film.
No one bring up Frozen 2. Please. Please, please, please. Let me just say this.
I'm not.
Yeah, let me
I'm not going to bring that movie up.
We never will. We're going to bring that up anyway.
I really thought the first Frozen was, it was nice. I give it the first Frozen 3 stars. It's hard for me to even put a 1-star rating on Frozen 2. It actually pains me. It literally I mean, I'm not saying the whole movie was trash. There were some good moments in it, but very few. But there was a lot of that movie pretty much 99% of that movie I just didn't like. And if anyone ever sees it, who hasn't seen it yet, I think they could see my point of view, even if they don't entirely agree with me.
If anyone does,
I have no plans on seeing it at all.
Yeah.
I have no plans in watching it at all. So
I don't either. This is probably the one Disney animated film I'm probably never gonna watch. I
but I
unfortunately watched
do.
the first one, and it did not sit with me well, especially after Disney overhyped it too much. And that's
Mhm.
and that's another thing. Disney to this day is still hyping Frozen. The
Yeah.
movie is over, and
No,
so is the second one. Yet they're still going at it, all because of little girls.
No. Since Frozen 2 happened, I have actually been paying attention. It actually has been going down because I did notice the hype from the first Frozen was a lot bigger and longer. This one is
Oh yeah, well that much is.
You do have a point there, Ruth.
reasons why.
Yeah, you
But I-
definitely got a point there.
Film premiere like I can't tell what time it is right now.
Well, actually, I watch it because, me being Mexican, I like the dub we have here for Frozen, and because Princess Anna's voice here in Mexico is the same one as Judy's, so, and I love her voice, so that was technically it's a fan service for me because it is funny to hear her first as a princess and then as technically an action bunny. So yeah.
Yeah,
That's the only reason why I watch Frozen.
I just, I mean, I'm grateful. Back to the whole merch thing. I'm glad that there are some people out there online who do sell the Zootopia Asian merchandise online for reasonable prices. I am glad for that. But, for the majority of it, I really just that's another thing too. I'd like to bring this up. Disney listens to their fans. So you'd think that if they get enough demand for Zootopia, you'd think that they would be smart enough to bring more of that over here. I just don't understand.
I think just in the coming years, slowly but surely, it might gain the much needed attention it deserves. I can't say for sure because the future is kind of it's hard to predict in that regard. But roll out with the series, we'll see how people eat that up, how they react to it, what the reception is for it. If there is a sequel, if there definitely is a sequel, then we'll just have to see what happens with that. I mean, lately, they've been cranking out these sequels, and the sequels are just like, they're not as good. And I mean, I'm actually one of those people who have actually wanted a sequel to Wreck-It Ralph, not exactly in the form that I envisioned, but I mean, it's okay for what it is. There's just so many things they could do for a sequel for Zootopia, and so long as they do it right, do it well, I'm sure they can get enough people to get into it. I mean, I know America, the American market is more about the princesses, and I understand that fairy tales, princesses, that is basically the foundation that they built their castle. But hey, I mean, I do enjoy it when they kind of do a little something new, like Wreck-It Ralph, Zootopia. So it would be nice to see if not only if they do more new things, but also see what else they can do with Zootopia.
Well, now the thing is, it's fighter princesses. It's not even just. I mean, even Frozen 2. You see Frozen 2. It's not princessy. It's all kind of action princesses, and that's literally what they're.
Wasn't it darker too?
Yeah, the whole atmosphere for Frozen 2 was so different. It wasn't light and bright. It was really different. And there were so many things in it that it was just like, no, you shouldn't have done that. And then it's like, and what's so funny about, I will tell you this. I did see Frozen, unfortunately, for Frozen 2 on its air date, but this was the funniest thing ever. I saw it with my 3 younger siblings, my sister who's 3 years younger than me, and my father. We all saw it, and when we finished seeing it, my father says, you know how you know when a movie isn't good? It's when you're constantly checking your watch to ask, and wondering when the movie will end. As soon as he said that, I started cracking up because I told him that is exactly what I was doing the entire time we were watching the movie. So it's
Yeah,
just,
that sounds about right.
yeah. So it was just. I just hope that Disney isn't gonna start going into this whole new thing. Because if you think about it, it's like there are so many movies with female leads, which I don't have a problem with, but it's been ages since, other than Big Hero 6, I have not really seen a real iconic movie that has a male lead that, other than Wreck-It Ralph, but I'm talking about like a young male lead. Like, I don't know, like, I guess we could go from the Treasure Planet, or even
Atlantis.
Jungle Book, Sword in the Stone.
I guess you could technically count Aladdin. I mean, it was more about him than it was Jasmine.
And also Lion King was about a young male lead. It's been ages since we've seen that, and I would really like.
Would Tarzan count?
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tarzan, right? Yeah.
Technically, yes.
You know what I think Disney should do next? A Three Musketeers and D'Artagnan would be a young male lead.
I mean, they've done that with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, but if they actually did one with like original characters.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. That would actually be pretty cool.
You know what? I don't know how a lot of girls are gonna look at me for saying this, but I know people are kind of portraying that girls need to be strong and tough and stuff, but people are forgetting that, for instance, Cinderella, she wasn't strong. She wasn't like kind of a fighter, but she had a strong heart. And I think a lot of people are forgetting that having a strong heart does not technically mean you have to be like a fighter. So if they did Constance for the Three Musketeers, I kind of would like to see her go in a direction where she is not a fighting type of gal, but also Belle and I'd say even Ariel. None of those were really fighter girls, but they still had strong hearts, and that's the thing I think people are forgetting. You don't need a fighter to be a strong person, and I think that's what they're kind of portraying now is like. Because even Elsa, who wasn't really too much of a fighter in the first movie, they really kind of made her kind of like a tough girl in Frozen 2. But I feel like we're veering off of the Zootopia thing here right now.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah,
I am noticing a pattern. As a cast member, we have 4 certain keys that that help us actually work. Kind of like our own code of conduct, if you will, or ways that we work, basically. But there's been talks about adding a 5th key, which is inclusion, and probably seen the reports that Splash Mountain will become Princess and the Frog because of Splash Mountain's troubled history, it being related to the most highly controversial Disney film of all time. And of course, Jungle Cruise, certain scenes that may be culturally sensitive or insensitive, I guess, in that case. So it definitely seems to me that the Disney company as a whole is making moves to including a lot of cultures. So we'll have to see how that works and plays into not only media but the parks as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say this. I mean, some of the changes I'm like skeptical of. I'm sort of excited to see what's going on, but some of them, like, say, what happened with the whole "we want the redhead" scene in Pirates of the Caribbean. People got offended because they were auctioning off women in the ride, and I'm just looking here like, okay, do you people not know your history, that they actually did this in human history?
Don't forget that we're living in a day and age where
there's a lot
I know people nowadays, they're more culturally sensitive. That's the thing.
Not just culturally sensitive. That is something where I'd say, I think you could have still kept that line, but changed it up a little, because that isn't just culturally sensitive. That is also highly sensitive to victims of young women who have, or even just women in general who have been in situations like that. So going through something like a ride like that could be kind of triggering if they hear that. So that's not just culturally sensitive. That's also playing to the sensitivity of victims who, let's say, there have been survivors and victims who've gone through that, and then they go through the ride, and then they hear that, and that can be bothersome to them.
Let's also not forget that we live in a day and age where we have kids who say, "Oh, we don't want to learn about the Holocaust; it's too depressing."
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, well, I think in that case, people should learn their history. But in the case of I think they could have said, like, maybe it could have been a singer, okay? Like, and like you have all these women singing, and they say, like, oh, we want the redhead to come out and sing. You don't have to like have it where it's an auction. You could have still kept the line, just make the whole scene a little bit different. So I think they could have kept the line if they had just been a bit more creative. But I understand why they changed the context, because that can be sensitive to some people.
Right.
And it's not exactly something you can easily say. This isn't something where you could say, like, just, that's just what it was in the time. Get over it. You cannot ever say that to a victim of that kind of situation, because that is not something somebody can just get over or something. That's something, unfortunately, that sticks with the victim for a while. So I understand completely why they did that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
Yeah.
we may
like I said, some of the changes I'm cautiously optimistic about. I don't know if changing some things are going to be needed or as good as they are going to make them out to be, but I'm keeping my hopes up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am glad that Disney is making all these adjustments, especially after the whole Black Lives Matter protests broke out last summer.
Mm-hmm.
But we're slowly picking ourselves back up. I think we are starting to I think we're slowly starting to reach the point where more people are wanting to be accepting more of this community, and obviously Disney's wanting to do that, like stuff well said with the fifth key to the park's inclusion. Heck, they recently came out with new guide maps for Disney's Hollywood Studios, which shows disabled kids with metallic body parts like legs, arms, all that type of stuff, which I thought was pretty cool, and nice to see that Disney was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Upload, are you still there?
I take it that's a no.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he's having a little trouble hearing.
Hmm.
So,
Oh. Hmm.
Upload hasn't introduced himself yet.
No, he's not. We're just trying to keep the conversation going for you guys watching the stream. We don't want it to get too awkward for you.
Yeah. So does anyone have predictions for the Zootopia Plus? I was just curious.
We already know that there's going to be shorts pertaining to Fruit. I believe Flash.
The Tiger Dancers.
Yeah.
Tiger Dancers. I think Yax is gonna have a segment of his own. We do know for a fact. I don't know if anyone knows this at this point, but it has been confirmed that Nick and Judy will be making appearances in there. We don't know if there's gonna be like any voice acting in there.
I think they will be in every episode, and every episode will be about them kind of visiting these characters. Kind of like, I think they're gonna be the protagonists, and we're gonna see the other characters and we're gonna kind of learn more through the eyes of Nick and Judy.
Yeah, I
I would
think
like
so.
to
Yeah.
see. I would like to see the
No.
Ottertons. I would like to see more of them.
Yeah,
too.
Oh yeah,
and some,
that was great.
I would really like to actually.
Idea here. What if there's like one big mystery, right? And then they get different points of views from different people from these different
So the whole
shorts.
story is pretty much one big story.
Yes.
So
I-
instead of seeing the story from the eyes of Judy, because we saw Zootopia the film as as in Judy's point of view, so you're thinking maybe the series will be a same story, but seen from different side characters.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
That's
will
why I
say
might
this,
have.
though.
That's why I might
I don't know if it's
have a
going to
feeling they might do that.
like point
Yeah.
of view of like the first film, or if it's going to be like sometime thereafter the film. Which I'm going to go ahead and throw a wild prediction out there about the second film, and that's I kind of hope that, well, 'cause actually it's more of a hope than a prediction.
I think I know what you're gonna say, but please continue.
I really do hope that they open up with a montage, a training montage, Nick's training montage at the ZPD Academy.
I would love to
Mm.
see that. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
same.
would.
What was
That'd
it,
be
Frederick?
awesome.
Frederick? I can't remember her name.
The polar.
Yes.
Uh,
if they do a show
Major Friedkin, I believe.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but I think I gotta go. Appreciate the
The drill
invite,
sergeant,
but I got
yes.
to take care of. Wish I
Yeah.
could stay longer. Bye.
That's
Hmm.
another thing I was gonna ask. If you guys could pick
Who
three
just left?
That was Uplet.
Oh.
Yeah, he had. I think he said he had some things that he had to take care of and he had to get off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, back to what I was saying. If you guys had three characters you were interested to learn more about through Zootopia Plus, who would it be? I have three characters, but I'm kind of curious to see what you guys have to say before I say mine.
All right. Geez, three characters. Well, one of them, obviously, I'd like to see more of Finnick.
Yes, me too.
Same.
Again, now that, well, unfortunately, again, rest in peace to Tommy Lister Jr.
Yeah.
However, whoever they get to replace his voice, I hope they do a decent job. I mean, obviously, I don't know how anyone else will be able to copy what Tommy Lister did, but
They
whoever
can
get
get
to voice
close.
yeah, I still want to see more Finnick.
So
Or
who captures
that's
his essence, like what they did with DuckTales, that that Scrooge's voice, Alan Young, passed away, and for the DuckTales series, well, Tony Anselmo got to be Donald again, but who was going to be Scrooge? And well, David Tennant did a great job as Scrooge. So
Phenomenal.
someone has to capture the essence of Finnick.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah,
Finnick?
Yeah, I really would like to learn more about him. He seems like a very complex character.
Yes.
So yeah, that would be my first choice. My second choice, oh boy, yeah, probably the Ottertons.
Good one.
And I really would like to see, firstly, this Zootopia Plus, it better not just be a bunch of shorts where the characters don't talk. They better have full-on voice acting in these things.
I'm sure they will.
I don't want to watch
Yeah.
this thing expecting just stunned silence.
The exception
So-
was Ducky and Bunny. I think those are the only shorts that they actually had people talk. The
Well,
Pixar
that's
short
Pixar.
they
That's
just
not Disney.
came out with, they just had like maybe grunt size or whatever. But yeah, they recently came out with Pixar Popcorn, and there was like no dialogue except for two shorts featuring Ducky and Bunny from Toy Story 4.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my point.
I prefer something like the Toy Story tunes, like the little stories after Toy Story 3. I want something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like all those TV specials.
Like, well, it are kind of tiny mini episodes, like when Barbie and Ken end up being in Bonnie's room, when Buzz gets mixed up with a mini version of himself, or what was the other one? With Rex playing video games or something like that, like those
Hey.
little episodes, something like that.
Saurus Rex.
Yeah, when they were all hanging out in the bathtub. Yeah.
So Finnick.
Yeah, I want something like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I would too. I would have to agree with you, Pink Star.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
yeah. I wish they would have done that. And they once again they did come out with another, which I think is their. Well, no, they're also doing another Frozen 2 short. They did an old short, which I still haven't seen yet. The Once Upon a Snowman. I just don't know why they did so many of these shorts when they could have made so much of the Zootopia universe. But once again, I just really hope it's
I agree.
because
Yeah.
up for something Zootopia. Okay, so Finnick, Ottertons, and what would your third choice be?
Okay. Well, like I was saying about the artists, I'm hoping at some point in the future we actually get a voice actor for Emmett.
Yes.
He didn't even.
Please.
He had no voice actor in the original film. So I'm hoping if we see more of the Ottertons in the future, they get someone to voice Emmett. And it would just be, well, I mean, would never happen. But if they got Chris Pratt to voice Emmett, like he did for the Lego Movie. Anyway,
Oh my god.
I see where you're going with that.
yeah. That's the thing. Whenever I think of Emmett Otterton, I just get reminded of Emmett Brakowski from the Lego Movie. Even though their names have no similarities, though. Like the character, no. But anyway, that's what I was saying. For the third character, oh boy, let's see. Maybe Monchus, maybe, or
Oh, that'll be
Clauser?
very interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'm leaning a little bit more toward Clauser. I mean, we already know a lot about him, but I would like to see what he does outside of the ZPD. Like, what's his personal life?
Okay,
Mhm.
Matt, who would your three be?
Clawhauser for sure, because I'm like him, literally.
Yeah.
You know? It's obvious.
Oh.
And then like you said, Finnick.
We all, we all talk basically almost every Saturday, and we like to think Matt and Clawhauser is the group because of how excitable he is.
Yeah. It's very true though, because I do get excited about everything. So it's true. It's facts. And then like you said, Finnick too, because like he's like also one of my favorite characters. Like I want to see more about him too. And then then the Ottertons for sure.
Yeah,
okay, so
Garrett, what would you say?
Well, Finnick is one, as well as the Ottertons, because I would like to get to know them a bit more. As for a third,
Yeah,
that's
also, we never got to see their kids. We never
yeah,
saw
that's.
the
I was actually just thinking about that because I would also really like to see what the kids are like.
Well, technically, we already have seen them because of the picture that Mrs. Otterton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we saw the picture, but we didn't
Well,
really.
interaction, yes. Interaction, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
as
so
for a
the third-
third, I'm not sure who a third one would be. That's a good question because I have a lot of options.
I would sort of also like to see more about Mr. Big and Frou Frou, especially now that I mean I don't know at what point in the future, but Frou Frou's about to have a kid by the end of the film.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Steph. Well, Lily, who would you say top three?
Well, you have already mentioned. I would like to see Finnick, the Ottertons, and the Big Family.
Mm-hmm. And Steph. Well, I'm actually surprised none of you have said one of the characters I'm really, really interested in seeing. But okay, I think he knows who I'm talking
I think
about.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay,
I think I may know.
None
It's
of
like
you.
right under. It's just like it's one of those things where it's like right under our noses and we just don't say it.
I
The
think I
one-
know who you're talking about.
The one I think that they're going to be doing, whether people, I don't know, make memes about it, enjoy it, or roll their eyes, will be Flash. I'm pretty sure they will include him somehow again.
Well, we already know they are, but
Well,
yeah.
I mean, he's considered to be one of the funniest characters in there. Let's not forget, like one of the first trailers that they released. It was like half the scene of them at the ZPD right there. So I
Mhm.
think
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
big thing got most people to go see Zootopia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, one of my one of my buddies from the fire alarm community, every time I mention Zootopia or it gets brought up in a conversation, he's always talking about Flash or impersonating Flash.
My
He's
mom likes to
funny,
do
man.
that.
He's great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the top three I have, and once again, I am so shocked that none of you mentioned this character. This character was in the film and probably had the least screen time of any other character. You know exactly. I know. Stefan knows what I'm talking about. Had the least screen time of any character, but I would like. Here's the two. I would like to know more about Finnick, of course. Mayor Lionheart, because I've heard he's reinstated, but we have never yet to see that on screen.
Oh yeah, well that's because of the comics. Some of those comics that
Yeah.
came out.
But yeah,
Oh,
now here is the third final big character, and I am surprised no one has mentioned this.
I think I know who that is.
Was on screen. Least amount of screen time in the entire movie, as far as I know. Any of the other spare characters. I would like to see more, a short completely based off of Nick's mom.
Ah,
All right.
He was on my
Yeah.
mind too.
Yeah.
And we all know.
That was one of my options, to be honest. I didn't.
Yeah, same. I didn't even think about that.
I was thinking it was sort of alluding to Nick. I just, you know, I would like to see like maybe some sort of like like a short film like they did with some of the Frozen stuff where well, first we don't know if Nick is even still in contact with his mom. I mean,
yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He is?
Yes.
I know the directors confirmed she's still alive and living where she was when Nick was a kid.
I think the question was, does Nick keep in contact with their mom? Because they were asking a whole bunch of questions, and the question was, does Nick keep in contact with his mom? And I believe they answered yes. And they said that, and then they added to that saying she is still alive and she is in the apartment that she raised Nick in. That, you know, she's still living in that apartment. So,
And I remember, I think from what I remember, if my memory is not trolling me, I think they mentioned something about her expecting a grandkid or something like that.
She does want Nick to get married, and she does want Nick. They didn't say this whole thing, but they did say that she is waiting to have grandchildren. As far as we know, Nick is an only child. As far as we know, Nick is an only child. So if she's waiting to have grandkids, I mean, I don't know why on earth they would add that unless they are subtly implying something like maybe Nick has.
I think that's something they asked. Most of that stuff they asked to, who was it? To Rich Moore when he was still on Disney.
Mm-hmm.
He usually answered those kind of things.
Yeah.
Not Byron, though.
There's a ton of questions Byron and Rich answered. They were just asking away, answering away. So I'm positive. I would love to see, you know, and I have a headcanon where her name is Nancy, kind of. And I know she's kind of gotten a bad rap over the years, John Lasseter, but it said that it was, even though it was unconfirmed whether this is canon or not canon, but they did say a concept name for Nick's dad was going to be John. And, you know, thinking of John Lasseter, when I was thinking of names that they could have possibly named Mrs. Wilde, I went to John Lasseter's wife's name, and it was Nancy. And I thought, Nancy Wilde, it just sounds so perfect. So in my headcanon, I like calling her Nancy. I just think that would just be such a perfect name for her. It's simple, it's sweet, it's pretty. It's just so, I don't know why, but it just screams her name. I don't know why, but it just speaks to that.
My headcanon is
I can
that
see
the
that name.
Nick loves blueberries is because his mom would bake the best blueberry pies.
Yeah,
Okay,
that is true.
okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah,
That
like
is
I was
true.
saying, yeah, I would really like to see a little short story about Nick and his mom. I mean, well, firstly, okay, so we know they're still in contact, but the question I have is, when was the last time they actually physically saw each other? I mean, they can
Ooh.
speak via the phone all they want and FaceTime, but what about in person? That's a whole different thing. And also, what's up with Nick's dad? We never hear mention of him in the canon story.
We have two ways we could go about this. We could either we clearly see from Nick's story that his dad is not in the picture because he clearly says he didn't say his parents, he said his mom saved up enough to buy him the Ranger Scout outfit. Now we can go about this two different ways. We can go about this where his dad is a jerk and his dad left him, or we could go about this where his dad was a good guy and somehow died. So unfortunately, either route you make, it's going to be a sad ending. And unfortunately, the route where you take where his dad is a good person, you'd have to kill him off. And if you have it where he's, still alive, you'd make him out where he's a not so good person. So there's no way you really can win this. So, but I really think it would be a better direction to go where he was a dad that loved Nick, and unfortunately he just passed away and he just couldn't, and he just never got the chance to watch Nick grow up.
Right.
Yeah. I remember a long time ago I was reading about something like that. I can't remember where, but somebody was talking about Nick's dad, and he died when Nick was really young. I can't remember where I found it, but I remember reading about it once.
Right. Yeah, hold on, guys. Uplet's trying to get back into the stream. He's having a little bit
Yeah.
of trouble, and I think I found out why. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 people in here. What the heck? Why does it say it's full? Wait, 5 people. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. What? How is this possible? It says the chat's full, and I think that's why he can't rejoin.
Okay. Before I press the wrong button again.
No, here you go.
Okay, there he is. Hold on.
I ended up pressing the wrong button on my phone and it switched to my phone.
Why does it say full? Come on.
It really shouldn't. It would let me rejoin.
Weird.
That's odd.
Yeah,
But
I can't seem
we
to.
only have like 4 minutes left until we end it off for
Okay.
the night. So
I
Oh.
wrap up.
yeah, we got 4 more minutes.
Yeah,
Tomorrow I have to go back to the dentist because that's where I'm getting my crowns tomorrow.
Ah.
Tomorrow, and then our very first movie date, we're gonna go see Raya.
Yeah. And what do you feel about doing that?
I do need to check that out.
We'll discuss that after.
So
I do want to watch that.
Yeah, nutshell, yeah, future does look bright for Zootopia. It's not much, but I think that it's only just the beginning of what could come over here to the U.S. Yeah, of course, there's Shanghai, which will have Zootopia Land over there, which probably, it's a really it's really coming along. I'll make a very bold claim, by the way, as far as attractions go. So, I mean, I've got lots of ideas, by the way, lots and lots and lots of ideas for Zootopia themed land.
Yeah.
Okay, e-ticket attraction. Enter the ZPD, and highly advanced and interactive audio animatronic of Clawhauser is the line. The pre-show will be in the bullpen. You have an audio animatronic of Bogo. He's in there. He gives you the rundown of what you're doing. Maybe you're going down to hunt down a criminal or something, and you're assigned to Officer Hop and Wild, and then you get on the cruiser. It would be kind of neat to see if they did something kind of unique with, like, as opposed to saying what Disneyland has for Indiana Jones or what Dinosaur is over in Animal Kingdom. Like, if they did something kind of new, high tech, and unique. I don't know. Like, maybe if they found a way to like put dents in a car or something, and then by the end they repair the car. That way, the next group can go in there. I am saying this over and over and over and over and over again, and I will not stop until they do it. This is a must. Audio animatronics of Nick and Judy has to happen.
Well, that's obviously. I'm pretty sure we all know that's gonna happen.
What if you had an audio animatronic of Nick next to the frozen treat stand? Yeah, here he goes. And the frozen stand sold popsicles.
Okay, well, I mean, the audio animatronic is actually going to be on the attraction itself.
No, but another one of Nick.
Yeah, but I mean, that would take a lot of advancement and thought and stuff in there. So, I mean...
What if you had a video of Nick and he could be...
Video. Oh, wait a minute. Do you mean like what... Do you mean like that one time they did with Mario with Charles Martinet? Where they'd have that video screen and people could ask him questions?
Yeah, something like that, except it's not really an interactive screen. It's more of a...
animatronics. See,
Wait. Kind of something like in Disney World at the Finding Nemo segment where you can interact with Crush. Something like that?
She is not familiar with that, especially considering the fact that that wasn't open when she did Epcot. Okay, so Turtle Talk with Crush. That's a neat interactive show where you go in and there's a screen. Well, they make it look like a separate aquarium. They call Crush in from Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, and you can actually ask questions in which he will actually answer legitimate answers to. It's not like generic things like yes, no, maybe, your future is uncertain, yada yada.
Is someone behind the voice answer?
Probably. I don't know.
Well, obviously, yes. Yeah.
You can't get someone else to do Nick.
And that's probably what it was with Mr. Potato Head. I know you saw Mr. Potato Head in Toy Story Mania, so that's probably not unless if they're behind a soundboard and the soundboard does sound mixing and this on Rickles as opposed to
Yeah, it's very hard to do. People I mean, I know Brown Table was able to make himself sound pretty spot on for Bogo. I mean, that was like freaky good with the audio editing.
Well, actually, for that, he actually just said he just lowered his voice. He didn't do any audio mixing or anything. He just lowered his voice.
I thought he said in that it was because of not audio, but he just like changed the setting and just made it a little lower, but yeah. No, but it was like really good for what he was able to edit his voice to.
I mean, I suppose. But that's just what I heard from him. I would like to see, going on that, I'd like to see something like that. And, they could
do AI animatronics. I think they need to start with a character who is already an AI character. So, with that being in mind, they'd have to start with someone like Baymax.
Right. Yeah,
They
Baymax.
already as a character, but up the ante. Make him an active robot that says and does the things that he does.
Right. Of course. It would be. I mean, I know some of us here have said so in the past, but it would be really cool. But well, probably freaky to some people. But if in the future at the Disney parks, you now have full-on movable animatronics that are just so lifelike that they're actual size, that they got the voices and everything, and that's how they, I guess, somewhat replace the meet and greet characters or whatever. And I mean, it's just a concept. I don't know if Disney or if any robotics team would actually ever be able to do this, but it would just be so cool to actually just get to meet life-size Nick and Judy.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, I'm hoping the future's bright.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
But yeah, other than that, I kind of hope to come up with a little thing here or there and to kind of get a little bit more involved. I'm not doing much as of now. I have fresh wild hops and stories to put to my fan fiction. I haven't done that because I procrastinate way too much. But,
Last time I posted anything to my fan fiction was last year,
wow.
Yeah.
February of last year.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's checked out my new trailer or my latest AMV, but I've been so sluggish with posting. Like literally, I have the latest thing I probably did was an art piece for someone he's formerly known as Rusty Lynx. You can now find him as a Champagne Fox, and the reason he calls himself Champagne is because of the color of that Sky is. And the last thing I did was an autumn style picture for Sky and one of his original characters. But other than that was like last year before December, before I came here for my first visit. And well, the good news is June 4th I graduate. So once I graduate, I'll probably have a lot of creative free time on my hands to just make a whole bunch of content, sketches, videos for my YouTube channel, just pretty much just an explosion of stuff I'm going to just be getting into once school's out of the way for me.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, a lot of
Very
wild
cool.
hops
Yeah.
thing too.
That's awesome.
So it is now 12:35, so we are going to get ready to wrap things up. Now, anybody still in the comments, thank you for coming out, and as well as you guys here in the call, thank you for showing up. I was actually certain that tonight was actually going to be a low turnout because I had taken a long break from a lot of stuff, and ZTR was one of them. And I probably only had maybe less than a week to plan for this stream. So I wasn't expecting anybody to come.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I try to do that a month ahead of time.
Well, you got us.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what matters.
The 4 Fox Pack members showed up, and you got a couple other people.
Yeah. So anyway, we are going to wrap it up here, but if you guys have anything else you would like to say before we officially close it off,
Pink Star, it was great having y'all. I love that you both were able to join us again.
Yeah.
It's nice having everyone
Hey.
around for yet another year. Lord only knows if we'll be doing this the year, the year, the next year, the next year, the next year. It's just, we'll just have to see how it goes. I mean, currently I'm just still a part-time cast member, but I'm to get hours and stuff. Yeah. we'll just have to see what happens if I actually come up with other things to do besides fan fiction, maybe possibly pixel art commissions. But I do hope to be maybe not a big name in the fandom, but a little more active at least. So
I'd like that too, yeah, for myself. Be a little more. I've really just lost my touch with the fandom nowadays.
Yeah, I know it's been
Yeah.
hard for me to get on Twitter lately nowadays. I've just been so swamped with everything.
No.
Lots of my other friends who aren't even on Twitter, I have to reconnect. It's just been forever. But next year, I don't know if he'll attend, but I just thought of something with you guys talking about fan fiction. I actually have been in contact with Simar Wildtops. I can't guarantee, but like I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with 100 Kisses. So is anyone
Oh, Samar, yes.
Yes. I don't, he has posted a lot of stuff. He actually went to a D23 asked Tudyk about Nick and Judy. Alan Tudyk, Alan Tudyk says that the two of them are dating. So he has he's actually spoken to some of the people because he's gone to D23 before. He's written probably one of the biggest fan fictions in the Zootopia fandom. So I could ask him, but I can't make promises. But maybe for the 6th anniversary. I mean, how would you guys feel about if he were to join the chat next year? Once again, I can't make promises.
Oh, are you asking us how we'd feel about that?
Yeah, because we all do this. It's a team, so.
Okay. Well, I'm really 50-50 on him. He's really, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still a great writer, and I haven't really read many of his works lately, but
awesome. They are literally some of the best Zootopia fan fiction.
Yeah. I know that, but he's kind of. I'm not going to get into it, but he's really kind of changed in a way, and my opinion of him is kind of iffy right now.
He's been a little bit he usually doesn't vocalize some of his opinions, but recently, yeah, I have seen him doing that. But yeah, I guess there's because in the field which we're speaking of that I really don't want to get into it right now, but I guess there's just been a lot to talk about, and I guess he's just been kind of letting a lot of opinions out, but which in my opinion I always kind of feel like just to kind of avoid like disagreements, I always kind of think it's just best to kind of keep, for the most part, this is just my opinion, to keep some of those opinions to yourself. I'm not saying there's anything right or wrong about it, I'm really not, but
right.
He's a good guy. He really is a good guy. He's a real nice guy. He also has he also has other people in the group, which I like to call the deviant art section of the fandom, because you have the Twitter section of the Zootopia fandom, you have the Discord, and then you have the deviant art. And there are a lot of good people like Osrita, Zeeg, I think I'm saying her name right, Osrita. I don't know. Rita,
I think you said it right.
Kararu-san, but I don't know. I've never heard Kararu-san, Rita. No, actually, I think Rita has done live streams before, but that's for her art. I don't know. I'm in the DeviantArt community. I haven't been as active in it as much, but I don't know. Maybe I could ask if Kararu-san, Simar. I mean, once again, I cannot make a single solitary promise, but I will, Garrett. I will if I'm able to get anyone from the DeviantArt fandom section next year. I will consult, let you know, because you're like the head of this a live stream, but. Yeah, maybe we could all I could just I'll ask them next year, and we could really get a couple of writers and artists that really, and they are great. They are some of the greatest storytellers in the Zootopia fandom, in my opinion. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so one little announcement before I hit the end button. I will be, like I said earlier, that the last chapter I had published for my fan fiction was February of last year. I am going to be picking that story back up, but I'm not sure where to start. So it might be a little bit before a new chapter gets published on that, but it'll be out soon. So anyway, that's really all that I have for tonight. So are there any final
right.
messages that you guys want to put out there?
Well, even though we didn't get everyone,
another 5. Who knows where the future's going to take? Besides, Zootopia Plus, then Shanghai Disneyland to give us Zootopia Land. Hopefully, like I said, might come to Animal Kingdom. Anywhere besides, and because Walt Disney World's a huge property, even if they don't put it in Animal Kingdom. But why wouldn't it be in Animal Kingdom? Regardless, it's been a great 5 years. And I can only see it getting better and better with each passing year. Hopefully, will it become the most popular Disney film? Well, we'll see. That's all I can say about that, because that just depends on a lot of factors right there. I'm not trying to get it to be like the best of the best or anything.
I think it already is.
In the minds of others, that's where it really matters.
So go like a quote from Walt Disney.
Yeah.
I think Walt Disney would have loved Zootopia.
Oh yeah, he would have.
He just something tells me he would have just fallen in love with the entire concept and everything.
Well, you never know. Maybe he is aware. They do say his spirit still roams Disneyland. If he hears people talking about it, he's probably thinking, "Oh, okay." So you never know. Assuming that ghosts are real, of course. But anyway, yeah. Even though we didn't have everyone in here tonight, like Uplet was having trouble. I guess Snazzy he just had problems with his audio, but it looked like Andy tried to show up, but then he just up and left. I don't know what that was about.
No.
I think I think he was tired.
Yeah, it might be. I know. I think in the last one he left 30 minutes in or something.
So late. We really shouldn't be doing this so late, in my opinion.
Yeah. I actually have a dentist appointment tomorrow, so I may only be up for a little bit longer because a buddy of mine had just got Gmod and he wants to play with me for a little bit before I go to bed. So anyway, that is all that we have for tonight. So make sure if you follow these guys on Twitter and follow ZTR as well, so you don't miss an update. We're going to be starting the posting fan art again, because I know it's been probably over a year since I've done that, which I never intended it on it being that long, but we're going to get back on that. So anyway, that's all we have for tonight, so see y'all later. Have a nice night.
Right.
Peace out, everyone.
Night.
Bye.